This is Carl Seuss PA200, serial number 4899. When we got this system, it was really in nice shape. The only major thing we were missing was the joystick assembly, also known as control box. We supplied that. The controller's in good shape. We didn't have to do anything to that. It was working properly. So we fitted a different platen to it, and what we had to do was, since the customer may or may not need to be able to run magnetic base positioners, we provided them with these platen plates, which are steel, so that magnet base positioners will work on the system. What you see here is a couple of shipping locks for the stage to lock that down. Microscope will be removed and won't really need any special protection for that, other than just a couple zip ties to hold it in place. Miditoyo FS series microscope, 2, 10, and 20x objectives on it per the order. 8-inch chuck. I'll have to grab a wafer, but we'll demonstrate the vacuum in a second. Also supplying a Miditoyo light source and a fiber optic guide, as you can see. We did what we would typically do, which is service the microscope X and Y axes. We have Kevin Cunningham come in and do the microscope SMS Southern Microscope service. They clean the optics and all, and it's also got 10 by 24 wide field objectives, eyepieces on it. It also has a trinocular, so you can add a camera if you wish. You can see the little indicator here for the platen height. That adjusts smoothly. E-stop, which works. Demonstrate. Microscope moves. Open the door. Switch prevents it from moving, as you can see here, moving the joystick, but no chuck motion, as it should be. We lubed and cleaned and lubed the X and Y axes, recirculating bearings and lead screw assemblies, as you can see. Also the platen Z and theta. I can kind of lift that a bit for you so you can see that. I've got it set up for contact. You can tell it go to contact height. Let's set contact. We'll just arbitrarily pick a point and set contact. So we got that activated. Now I can tell it go to a line, which here is it only moves a few microns. Hard to hear it, but you may or may not be able to separate a line and then contact. 3 different speeds. High speed 4, 3. See, it's a bit slower. 2. That works as it should. And then 1 is very, very slow. You can't really see that unless you're looking through the microscope itself. These panels were rather scratched, so we polished those out. Buffed them out. You also have a pneumatic lift for the microscope, as you can see here. And you have the individual, let me move this over a bit. You have the individual black off rods for the chuck here, which is typical Seuss chuck. Let's just stick them in for a 6-inch, because I know I got a 6-inch wafer. We'll take that, put it in. That will just block off this outer chuck, these outer 2 rings for 7 and 8-inch wafers. So we'll grab a wafer. Okay. As you can see, I can move it around, reposition it as I wish. Move it over a tad. Cut the vacuum on. and as you see, it's holding pretty tight. You can force it, but it takes quite a bit of effort. So the vacuum's holding the way it should. And switch that back off. Also demonstrate the theta. Rotate it clockwise, counterclockwise, and then tell it to go back to center. And then we'll do an align on this, basically so that when the wafer sets in there at an angle, if it's not set in perfectly straight, you can you can use the optics to align the chuck till it's so that the dies are lined up. What we'll do is we'll move it. We'll click align, go to one extreme. You click mark 1 here. Go to the end of that, and say you find out that you have to shift it a little bit to compensate. When I hit mark 2, you'll see the chuck rotate to compensate for angular misalignment. We'll tell it to go to the load position. You see it drop and then move over to load, as you can see, and then I tell it to go home. Goes to the home position, which is wherever you want to set it. Like I said, this system was really in nice shape cosmetically and functionally. The electronics and everything were good on it. I don't think it's gotten that much use, frankly. So it's really in nice shape. And that's pretty much it.